What's up, everyone? Welcome to creatingtracks.com. Today, I just want to talk about how to distort your sub bass and layer it and make it more cool and fatter and distort it. So check out this drum beat. Okay, cool. So what I want to do right away is right click on my sub bass, duplicate that. And on the duplicated layer, I'm going to right click, freeze it. And after it's done freezing, let's go ahead and flatten it. And when we flatten it, we're going to lose all these effects over here. And now we're left with a waveform, which is just like our original sub bass. So check it out. And this is the same exact thing as this. So what I want to do now is go ahead and grab an EQ8, and let's just go ahead and rename our track first. So I'm going to name this Distort 1 and change the color so that we know we're working with something different. Okay, great. And then now in our EQ8, I'm just going to go ahead and do a low cut at about 200 hertz. I'm just going to change the frequency just to see. Let's bring down the Q to like 0.66. And I'm going to mess with the frequency a little more. Actually, 200 is fine. Let's keep it 200. And the next thing I want to do is go ahead in our overdrive in our presets. And I'm going to grab the mids distort preset. And the first thing I'm going to do is turn the drive and tone to 100%. And let's bring up our Q to about 2 or something. 2, that's fine. And then I'm going to mess with the frequency and see what it does and change it around. So check it out. And you can keep doing this according to whatever you like it. I like it over here, so I'm going to keep it this way. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And the next thing I want to do is go ahead and grab another EQ. And if we play the sound, you can see that we have some sub frequencies being generated over here. So let's go ahead and cut those. And let's do 200. And I'm just going to mess with the EQ a little more. And this is just my personal preference. You don't really have to do this. Okay, I really like this a lot, so let's go ahead and see how this sounds with our sub bass mixed together. And here's the whole thing. And one more quick thing I want to say is that anytime you're layering stuff with your sub bass, something like this, which has more mid frequencies, you want to keep your volume fairly low and almost like 6 to 8 dB or almost 10 dB less than your sub bass, because then it becomes just too much of the same thing and there's no room for anything. So let's go ahead and right click on this, duplicate, and remove the mids distort and our EQ8, the second one. And then let's go ahead to our audio effect rack, performance and DJ, and grab the multi-wave shaper. And when we hit play, nothing's going to happen, or it's not going to do anything because the wet level of our multi-wave shaper is at 0. So let's go ahead and bring this one up. And then bring our saturator drive up and our color. Okay, I like this, so I'm going to keep it this way, and again, I'm going to keep it very subtle and not do too much with it. And we're going to leave everything else the way it is. And let's go ahead and go to our chorus this time. And in our chorus, right there, let's grab the minus preset. And I'm going to leave everything as it is, and check it out. So it starts sounding a lot more wider, and more than just white, it sounds like it's coming from like a tin can or even like a concrete room. But I'm just going to keep it this way. And the next thing I'm going to do is grab and EQ. And we're gonna remove our sub frequencies again because you can see them over here, and we don't need those, and it just crowds up your mix for no reason. And that's the sound that I'm looking for, but you can make your own changes and see how that works for you. So let's go ahead and layer these. And before that, I just want to change the color of our new distorted layer. And just so we know we're working with something different, and I'm going to rename this distort 1 to distort 2. And check it out. Cool. And the last thing I want to do is grab a simple delay and put it on our distort 1 layer. And I'm going to bring up the dry wet to 100%, turn the sync off, and let's change the time to 24 and 8. And it doesn't matter which one you do, 24 or 8. And it makes it so much wider. And we don't want it to be super wide, so let's bring this down to 50%. And I really like it this way. And let's layer all of these together now. Cool, so let's check the whole thing together now. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Feel free to make your own changes, and just remember that less is more. Stay tuned for more next week. Peace.